Hello. How is everyone doing today? This is Jennifer with Canvas Sign Designs, and today I'm going to show you guys how to paint this floral star. And I'm just getting my camera adjusted so you guys can see what I'm doing. So if you are watching, let me know. We are streaming on YouTube as well and Facebook. So if you don't see somebody's comment, that is why. If you hear me talking to somebody and you don't see who I'm talking to, that's why. That's why, because they are probably on a different platform. Okay, so I think I have that going. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Amy. If you guys have not given StreamYard your permission, I may not be able to see your name if it's behaving, if it's doing what it's supposed to do today. I have had internet problems this week, so we'll see. We'll see if things are behaving properly. I'm going to adjust this so that there's not a shadow on my face. Hey, Maureen. So, hey, Juanita. Hey, Patty. Yeah, things are a little bit crazy, you know, around, it's summertime. Abby's home. I would say kids, but I don't really have a lot of an excuse. There's just one. But Abby is here, and, you know, things are just a little more challenging. Okay, there's just such a shadow, but y'all don't really care because y'all don't care about my face. Anyway, sorry. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Candy. Tammy, did I say hello and thank you for sprinkling? Okay, so I had this door hanger. I've had this design created for several weeks, and I pulled it out this morning to get everything ready for the live, and I realized that I didn't have a listing for it yet. So I had to create all that stuff this morning. Yeah, just small details. Okay, I'm going to pull this camera up here so y'all can see. All right. Okay, I think we're ready. Isn't this cute? All right, so this is my newest little creation that I have, and I've wanted to do something that could be kind of versatile and that could be any colors, but you could also paint it to be a patriotic theme, which is how I'm going to paint it today. So I'm going to paint it like this. This is the color scheme that I am going for here, this like red, white, and blue look, but you don't have to paint it like that. You could paint it any color. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Tammy. Okay, let's just, here we go. We're all set. Sorry, y'all just know. You'll just have to be patient with me. I might have to change the time to these I used to do them at 10 because Abby was home. Abby was going to preschool on Tuesdays. And so, I did it first thing in the morning. But now that she's not, 10 o'clock's a little crazy. Okay, so if you order this online, and I did put the links in here, there's a template. There's also, for those of you that cut out your own designs, but if you don't, the purchased cutout you get these etched guidelines here. You see there, it's etched, but you can't really feel it, but it's just there so you know what to paint and where. And then it comes with also these 3 little dots, which just make this situation easier. And then this word home here. Or you can just buy the paper template and cut it out yourself. So, and then this comes in, this is a 16-inch. It also comes in let's see, I think I put 12 inches, 16 inches, and 20 inches. So lots of fun, lots of fun. Okay, so I'm going to start with a navy blue. And if you are in Sign Maker Society, these are similar colors. Actually, they're the same colors from the color palette from this sign right here, which is our monthly sign. So this one would match this the way that I'm painting it really well. So if you wanted to do like a smaller version and, you know, put it on your, I don't know, you could put this in the middle of a wreath, would look really, really pretty, I think. I think it would look pretty. So I'm just doing a navy blue here to start out. So how's everybody doing? Y'all tell me what you've been doing. Has anybody done anything great over the summertime? Anything fun? Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't do. I'm going to do this bigger brush. But when I go around this, I'm trying to think. No, I'm just going to paint over it. Sorry, working out the details in my mind. Good morning, Debbie. How are you? Yes, Amy, they do coordinate great, don't they? I just love this. I got inspired with this color palette, I don't know, about a month ago when I was kind of looking around for design ideas, and I just loved this. And then I went to Walmart, and they had, like, just on the end cap by the checkout, they had some patriotic stuff, and they had this like same light blue, navy, red, white kind of color palette. Man, that looks dark. And I loved it. I think I'm gonna put this down here. I really love the way it looks. So this looks really dark, but it's also lighting situations. And then I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. And I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. Because I want it really to be more of a, not a denim blue, but like a, I don't know, kind of an indigo blue, would that be? So because this is etched, I can just paint right over this. And you'll still be able to see the lines, and I'll show you kind of close up in just a minute what that looks like. I'm going to be careful around this flower though, because this one I'm going to paint white. And let's see, let's grab a smaller paintbrush. I'm thinking that I'm going to have to lighten this maybe up just a little bit. Oh no. In addition to like what I was planning on doing, I'm gonna like dry brush some white on top of it. I've been so excited to paint this sign. I created this design, like I said, several weeks ago. And I've had it like cut out and just hanging out here in my office looking at it. And I've been wanting to paint it for a very long time because it's so cute. I just wanted something kind of simple and fun that could be versatile. And I'm really, if you've been following me for a while, you know, like I really like to have like designs that could, I like specific designs for like certain holidays or whatever, but I also like designs that people can kind of play around with their own colors. Like it doesn't have to be just patriotic or, you know, whatever. Like I like the designated patriotic signs, but I also like to get, as a crafter and as somebody decorating my own home. Why is this just? I really like to kind of have something that I can use. Maybe I'll just turn that off. That I can use for more than just like one particular holiday. Now, obviously, some holidays, you know, may not be able to be that way, but especially like summertime with patriotic stuff, I like to like to just be able to have my stuff out all summer long. I usually typically decorate my house like in like red, white, and blue kind of stuff. And I will have that out from Memorial Day to Labor Day. That's what I've done in the past. Just because I like it. I love the red, white, and blue stuff. You gotta be careful not to get, just trying to, I feel like the lighting is so, maybe it's a little bit better. Yeah, the 12-inch definitely, I think, is too big for a tier tray for sure. A lot of my attachments on my, like a lot of my attachment signs that I sell are at the biggest, probably 8.5 inches tall. And those are really even too big for the tier tray that I have. Now, obviously, why am I doing this with this little brush? Obviously, some people have, you know, different size tier trays, but I think sometimes it's nice to have something that can go on the shelf next to your tier tray that coordinates, or, you know, on the table. Sometimes I put like, I'll have my tier tray and then like behind it, I will prop up a sign. So it's like tier tray here, and then back here is a sign that kind of coordinates with it. I do that sometimes, and that's fun. Or this would be really cute because it's a star, it sits really nicely. I probably should do an option for holes or no holes, because I think that this one doesn't need a bow. I think it doesn't need a bow. I think it would be really cute because it's a star shape. It will sit on these 2 points really well, like on a table or something. So you could put it, you know, beside your tier tray, on your shelf, on a table, on your fireplace, like on your mantle. That's probably where I'm going to put mine, just because, I don't know, feels like that's a good place. So you can see these etched, see the color is really more like this. One day I'll get this lighting right. So you can still see the etched lines, but I just kind of painted over them, and it just saves a little bit of time. Just, you know, why make it more difficult? So I'm gonna add a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter color to this. Don't be afraid to mix your colors. Play around with it. And if you're in my painting group, I think I'm going to do a lesson for those of you that have trouble mixing your colors or knowing what colors to mix together. I think I'm going to do like a tutorial on that, because it can be kind of hard figuring it out. I know how to do it, or, you know, I know what colors something needs, just based on experience doing it. I don't know. That makes let me darken it up just a little bit by doing this, just playing around with it, adding a little bit here. You know, after a while, you kind of figure it out. And it's a really good way to not spend a lot of money. You know, like, I think I have this exact color in an actual, like, in a paint bottle. It's a little bit more green than I want. Yes, Juanita, porcelainers are nice. I Sun Faded Navy. I love that, Jackie. That's a good name. Hey, Donna, how are you? Welcome. Let's see, I'm just catching up on all these comments, you guys. Lauren does Labor Day, Memorial Day to Labor Day porch. I don't have a door hanger on my door right now, which is shameful, right? Back to school porch this year. Yeah, Lauren, you're a teacher, so, and like, I don't know. I don't want to be excited about back to school. However, now that Abby's in school, I'm probably going to be really excited about back to school. Porch leaners are cute, and I used to want to like make more porch leaners, but the only thing is they are just kind of a pain to ship. So I don't want to get into shipping, but I need to make like a porch leaner and just sell a template or something and just tell y'all, or those that don't know, like how to purchase that. Oh, that's pretty. How to purchase the board to do the porch leaner, because you could just go to Home Depot and like get a board. So once again, I'm just painting over this. I kind of like that color. Lately, I've been like, if I mix the color, used to I would sit and mix it until it was like solid, the color that I want, like solid all the way through. Lately, I've just been kind of like halfway mixing it to where there's still like, I don't know if you can see like some different shades, and then just kind of almost mixing it when it's on the board. And it gives a really pretty kind of a streaky look that I kind of like. So that's better. It's just a little lighter. It's just not quite so dark. So yeah, I think this one is better just by itself. No bow. I don't think every sign needs a bow. I know that that is probably the unpopular opinion, because most people like their bows. Don't mess with the bows. Don't take those bows away. But I think some signs look better without bows. So let's get this back here. Get around this. And I'm just doing that because this flower is white, and we all know how white is. So don't ever be afraid to like repaint over something, redo it if you don't like the way it looks. Like if you don't like the colors, just repaint it. I'm a very visual person, so like I have to see things to like imagine what they're going to look like. Now, if it's something I painted with before, or you know, whatever, then I'll know, okay, that color doesn't look good with that. But sometimes I need to like look at them next to each other on the final product. So that's why Procreate is good for me on my iPad, is because I can kind of play around with the colors just a bit before, get the right shades before I commit to doing it on the sign. I'm not one of those people that can like just imagine it in my head. I wish I was, but I'm not. Yeah, that is a cute back to school porch. It gives you a way to do those back to school signs and be able to, you know, hang them up longer. I think I might do a back to school door hanger this year. I don't know. I'm about to move out. We are already out kind of in the country a little bit. We have a street. We have one county road, and there's people on my county road. I didn't think about this until just now, but there's You know, I have neighbors. We have one strip of houses. And so I can hang stuff on my door and people see it. But I'm about to move, um, and I will have nobody around me, nobody but trees. And that's kind of sad. So nobody's going to see my door now. And I haven't thought about that until just now. It's no fun to get a cute door hanger when nobody can see your door. I guess, you know, I guess I can take pictures and I'll see it. Hey, Amy, how are you? Hey, Gail. It's okay that you're late because you know what? I was late too, Gail. I'm always late. Amy and I joke about that all the time. Me and Amy, if y'all don't follow my friend, I think a lot of you follow my friend Amy from Amy and Art. We always joke about how we're always late. We are always late, and it's just the way it is. So I try not to be that way, but it just usually is, because usually something comes up that I'm not thinking about, or I'm doing too many things, and you know, the rest is history. Hey, Angie, my friend Angie from Shabby Chic Vintage Chicks is watching too. She is an incredibly talented crafter of all of the things. So if you guys like just all kinds of decoupage and crafting, you need to follow her, because she has just so many really awesome ideas. So what are y'all doing today, Amy, Angie? What are y'all getting into today? I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to survive, really. Okay, you can kind of see how, because these lights, you know, you can kind of see this is really the shade that this is. And I'm gonna like brush some white on here and even lighten it just a little bit more, make it look a little bit more like kind of a vintage feel. Juanita, I love that you set your alarm. For this, I feel like just 10 o'clock is so early, but I did that originally because I was doing it at 12, but then, you know, I have orders to paint. So it's like, it was just kind of right in the middle of the day, and it was difficult. I had to get everything out, work, and then kind of almost stop, change courses, do the live, and then go back to the orders. So then I did it at 10 o'clock so that it would just kind of be, you know, in that time period. But I think for summer, I'm gonna have to change that just a bit. Amy, are we painting our tier tray tonight? I'm one of those. Amy has a tier tray group, and I'm in her tier tray group. And I know I could just make it on my own, but I like to just be a customer sometimes and kind of experience things as not the professional, but the customer. So it's been a lot of fun. And I got my tray and I opened it yesterday because we were on vacation last week. And Amy, I love how you added the labels. I have my tier tray boxes stacked up over here in the corner, and I already have my label on there. I love it, love it, love it. Just that tiny touch added so much. Love it. But I'm one of those customers. I'm always like, it would be really great if we got a supply list. And she's like, there's a QR code in the box that takes you to the supply list. And I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those people that don't really pay attention. She's like, did you read it? I'm like, no, I just assumed the QR code took us to our Facebook group. I'm like, okay, I can't get mad at people for not reading now, because apparently I'm one of those. I know, Juanita, you it's hard for you because you are just kind of on that far end. I'm in the middle time zone wise, so typically that is better. But when you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, it gets really tricky. I'm excited, Juanita. Are you going to watch tonight? I'm excited that you are joining us. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait. Yeah, I guess I should scan my QR code and check my supplies. Let's see. Angie said she's getting ready for an event on Saturday. It put on the girls' ink, and everyone dresses up like, oh, that's so cute. That is so cute, Angie. Is this on Facebook or is this just like an event? It's on Facebook. That is awesome, and I will be sure to spread the word on that. Time zones really make me think too, Gail. Do you know, like whenever I kind of started doing things digitally and kind of really doing more with, you know, like live tutorials, Facebook Lives. I just start thinking about the time zones, and every single time I would have to check, okay, what time zone are we in? Like, I know I'm central, but like when you look at the list of time zones, there's a lot to choose from. There is a lot to choose from. And I would always be like, what time zone am I? And now I have it all straight in my head, but that is the only reason, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. The only reason is because I had to. I forgot to put water in my little paintbrush tray here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get it, because otherwise these brushes are gonna get insanely stiff, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So I will be right back. Okay, sorry, that's not ideal, but you know, this is real life. Okay. Let's see. Hey Tina, how are you? You're from Canada. Awesome. Miss Angie's from Canada too. In a park in town, my daughter will be doing little girl. Oh, Angie, that's so awesome. How sweet. I love that. Okay, so next I'm going to paint my leaves. And I'm just using Irish moss. Irish moss. Angie, that will be fun. Let's see. Tina, Angie is with Shabby Chic Vintage Chicks, and she's a fellow Canadian, so you need to give her a little Canadian hi. So I got back from vacation yesterday, and we had so much fun. It was so nice. And my internet was out. I did a video in my lettering group last night, and yeah, the internet went out at the very end. Thankfully, it was the very end because we had some storms. I'm just searching for a paintbrush that is what I want. We had some storms and the internet went out, and it was out off and on all day yesterday. And I'm like, great. First day back from vacation, internet's out. That's really not the ideal time to have your internet go out. So today I will be, so I couldn't do any of this like prep work, getting the listings and all that put together yesterday. Oh, what am I doing? Hang on one second. I forgot I needed to dry brush on this light. So let's dry this green really quick, and then I'm going to do a dry brush on this. It's just going to kind of give it, I say it makes it look like linen, kind of more of a linen vintagey feel. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white on my plate here. And I'm going to use a chip brush. It's called a chip brush. And this I will use to kind of brush some white on here. You can get these really anywhere. They're like $1. They're pretty cheap. So I just kind of put my chip brush in this white and just blot as much off as I can. So I don't want it to be super heavy paint. Looks like I've just already splashed paint on here. I'm a mess today. I am a mess today. We are getting ready. My husband is gone today working, and so we are, for those of you that don't know or haven't heard me say, because I hate being super repetitive, but we're going to be moving this summer. Well, hopefully this summer. We have 2 acres, and we are building a barn, like a barn dominium. It will be like a workshop on one side, house on the other side. And I also will have a standalone office building. So I will be out of my house. And my office building is 800 square feet. So I'm so excited. I'm going to have a little studio for recording, like not a studio, but like a section. That's the word, section. Section set up for videoing, doing my videos. So I won't have to like put things away and get things out and get the lighting exactly how I want it and all of the things. That way, when it's time to do the video, I can just go with it. And that's going to be so nice. Cannot wait. I cannot wait. So once I start that little journey, I'm going to take y'all on that with me. I'll be posting and stories and all that stuff, so you can kind of see the whole process as it begins. But right now, my husband is just clearing out all the trees, making a nice little, the property is full of trees. So he's kind of, I guess, making a, little spot for everything to go. So he's done with that. We've got our water has started. So next is electricity, but we had to get like we had to wait for our survey to show up in the registry so we can get a physical address, so you can get people out there to do things. Anyway, it's just a whole process, but he will be probably working every day doing that. So it's going to make life a little challenging, but that's okay because it's going to be worth it. So you see, now we have this cute, like little, I just love the way that looks. Just kind of like, just like a little cotton denim linen. I don't really know. Kind of with this blue, it looks a little denim, right? Yes, I cannot wait, you guys, because right now I'm just in an office. That's so cute, Gail. I just read what you said. I know this morning I told Abby, I was like, I should have had Daddy cut you one of these so you could paint along with me. She's playing in the room quietly, I might add. Now she'll come out, probably, because I just said that. That's usually what happens. But yeah, like it's going to be awesome. Right now I'm just in the office in my house. So it's just like a 10 by 12 office. And so it's very tricky because I have to move things and shuffle things around. And it's just right off the living room. And, our house we have a ton of trees around us. And so it's always I have one big window in front of me, but it's just the lighting is not ideal. So I told my husband I have to have lots of windows, lots and lots of windows, so like we're intentionally positioning the building where the light will shine on it, and then putting the windows where, I can get maximum amount of light. So that makes me super happy because I love natural sunlight. I love bright, sunny, fun. Just, I love the sunshine. And when you are painting, like you need good sunlight, right? Like regular light cannot replace sunlight. And so it's been challenging in this room for me with the ceiling fan light to just get the lights bright enough and in the right spot where I need them, where it's not, shining and giving these colors a different look, all of the things. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to have my stuff all laid out. And I don't have to move and rearrange every time I'm doing something different. That's going to be super, super nice. So yeah, once we get started, my building is purchased and it is on our property. It's just, we have to level the ground beneath it, put it in its spot. And then as soon as we do that, my husband can start renovation on it. So we just purchased like an old building and had it moved out there. The size was just right. So my father-in-law is a house mover. So he, those big trucks you see down the road with the big house on the back of it, that's what he does. So we can kind of have the ability anywhere in close range to purchase an old house or building or something and have it moved. So that's what we did. So yeah, 800 square feet is going to be like three times the space that I have now. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to get it out of my house because it's challenging. If any of you ever work from home, it's challenging. Let's see, Lauren, you're in the basement. So is Amy. Amy's in her basement. Do any of you guys, any more of you guys work in the basement? I'm in Texas, so we don't have basements, which is a shame because I feel like that's just like a whole bonus house downstairs. And I want that. I want to have like a whole extra house below me. Maybe not a whole extra house, but it's kind of like a whole extra house. I'm so jealous of people with basements because it's just like a bonus room. We don't have that here in Texas, so boo-hoo. It would be nice just to have all my stuff stored down there, like your holiday stuff, everything like that is in the attic. So I like to be able to just go get things on my own and not have to get my husband to do it for me, which I can go in the attic, of course, but no thanks. Don't want to do that. I don't want to get it on my own that bad. So Tammy works from home 4 days a week and set up in your dining room. I feel you, Tammy. My office is literally like my living room is just right there. It's French doors and then living room. So there's no really separation. So it might as well be my dining room. I have like a blanket that I hang over the door. So whenever I'm like working, I can put that blanket up and it gives me a little bit of, I say privacy, but it doesn't need to be privacy. It really just needs to be quiet and bring me a water bottle. More quiet, and Abby doesn't, she doesn't come in here when that's up. She calls it the curtains. Are you gonna put the curtains up? So when I have that up, she knows it not to bother me. So I kind of typically I do that in the mornings. I get up early before everybody else and I come in here, put that up, and I usually stay in here until like 11 or 12, or until I have to go to the bathroom. And that, it helps just to get that kind of quiet time in. But I'm excited not to have to do that. Abby's wanting to say hello, so I'm gonna do this really quick. Hang on, just relax. There she is. Gotta get her some more water. You've been playing so good and quietly. Thank you. Yeah. Some days it's good and some days, you know. So the summer, my husband's gonna be gone almost every single day, and so lives might be challenging, but we're gonna get through it, aren't we? Uh-huh. All right. I think I got, oh, that's icing from your cupcake. Okay. Icing from your cupcake. There you go. Just don't like that. If you ever say something to your kids and you're like, just forget I even said anything, it like creates way too many questions. Way too many questions. Just forget it, never mind. Yeah, so that's what I typically do. And then sometimes I have to go, you know, put the canvas on the kitchen table whenever I'm doing lots of signs and paint in there. And then we ship everything in the kitchen. Everything, that's where the space is that we use to, you know, wrap and ship everything. And then I have multiple closets full of stuff. One closet's full of all my like mini cutouts from my attachment signs that I have painted and ready to go for those orders. And then it is full of ribbon. It's just got like all my ribbon displayed out so that I can make, so I make bows in there. Then I have another closet that's full of all the shipping supplies like boxes, bubble wrap, all that. And then we have our garage that is completely full of all the wood cutting machines and all the wood cutouts. So yeah, my house is just taken over with work. So I'm really glad to get all of that out of my house so that when I'm home, I can know that, so my mind knows I'm home and I can relax, because that's not the case right now. And although I don't mind working all the time because I love what I do, my family, you know, likes me to be present whenever I'm home. So I'm doing this, and then I'm going to get this vine right here, and then we'll do the flowers. Working from home is it's not the easiest. You have to have a lot of discipline. It seems nice, and it is nice, but you really have to be disciplined to kind of make that separation, or else you will be busy all day, but you won't really get anything done. Families are so needy. Amy's working on setting your extra bedroom up. Oh, that's a good idea. Amy, I would say that Abby knows when to be quiet and when not. Depends on the day. Depends on the day. Some days I go, okay, mommy's going to do a video. I really need you to be quiet. And she'll go, okay. And then like 2 seconds later, she'll come in and like, can you put the shirt on my doll? And I'm like, I thought we said, I need you to be quiet. So yeah, it depends on the day. She happens to be busy. Maybe the 10 o'clock hour is going to be good, because she usually plays really good on her own for a good hour or two after breakfast. So that actually, morning time actually might be better for that reason. So I'm just doing these little vines here, and you honestly don't have to spend too much time like being perfect and staying in the lines, because you really can't see if you get out of the lines. Like you will be able to see, but nobody else will, if that makes sense. That's why it's like the perfect, it's like etched enough where you can tell where to paint, but not too much. Let me do this last leaf and I'll show you. it makes it easier. Before we did this etching, so you can kind of see where those lines are. I got out of the line in the middle part, but again, it doesn't matter, it's far away. Before we did that, we would just take a door hanger template, which I sell, and a lot of people purchase those, people who cut out their own signs. And so you would just take the printed black and white template out and you put like graphite paper underneath it and you can trace it on your wood. And it will leave traced lines where you need to paint, which is also brilliant and awesome and makes life so much easier. But some people don't cut their own signs out. So if you don't cut your own signs out, these etched wood blank cutouts are the way to go. And sometimes you just don't want to have to deal with it. Maybe you know how to cut your signs out, but there was many times where I felt that way before we had the machines and whatnot. I'm just going to dry this really quick. Yeah, Juanita, me too. Like sometimes if I'm doing like multiple signs that are like kind of similar colors, I will just put a canvas like this on the dining room table and just do it all at once. Seems faster that way, but hey, Leanne, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm just painting this cute little design here. Let's see. Hey, Valerie. I'll tell Abby you said hi. Valerie, I missed your comment when she was in here. Gail doesn't use a basement. Gail makes earrings, you guys. And is that all you make, Gail? I know you make some other things, but like currently. She doesn't use a basement. It would cost $10,000 just to block. Ugh. Top ledge of a rock, big marsh in Wisconsin. Oh, also have a sectional house, and bedroom and craft storage room, craft on the kitchen table. Yes, I have one of those storage rooms here with my 17-year-olds. Her room is like because she is at her dad's mostly now. And so I just been piling everything in her room. Her room, that's still her room, but she is just mainly at her dad's all the time now. And so I've been like stuffing everything in her room. I need to like clean it out, but you know, we're getting ready to put our house on the market and all that. So I'm like, right now it's just the overflow room. Everything gets stuffed in there for now. Isn't it funny how like we'll like take something like that, like, and we'll start like making it like the overflow room, and then you're like, okay, what did I do with all this stuff before this was the overflow room? Like you would find places to put it, right? But then when you have that extra space, like you are just like, I'm gonna stuff it in here. Like it's just funny how we can. My husband used to say, like, I would build you another like craft table, like out in the garage. Like I would build you another table, but you're just gonna like fill that table up. Like it's not gonna do any good. Like you need more like counter space, table space for painting. But he's like, every time I build you one, like you just then fill that up and then you need another one. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. So probably no matter how many rooms that I had, I would probably need more craft rooms, right? Like we would just then keep more craft supplies. We would find more things to have room for. Whereas now we're like, okay, I don't really have any room for that awesome new craft toy. Maybe I shouldn't get it. But when you have the space, you're like, oh yeah, I can put that here. That's me. But I'm excited that I can have like my heat press out on a table. Right now, it's like in a closet. So if I ever want to, I don't use it very often, but sometimes I make shirts and like just for myself or whatever. And, um, you know, like if I want to make something, I got to pull it all out. And so then I'm just like, I don't feel like doing that. So I'll be excited to be able to like have that setting out. I also have a sublimation printer that I never use because, you know, it's just so much work to get everything out and whatever. I mean, I'll probably still never use it, but you know, that's okay. I can fantasize about having the space for it and then using it, right? Let's get this little triangle here. I don't know what it is about crafters and like buying craft supplies. Like we always think like we're gonna have time to do things that we don't ever have time to do. But you know, I feel like sometimes dreaming about it and thinking about it, that's like it's like just as much fun as doing it, right? Yeah, Juanita, like we do that. We just, you know, it's like, it's a lot of work to get that out. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Hey Robin, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm painting this new little patriotic flower design here. And yeah, it's gonna be super cute. I'm just looking here over here at my picture example. For those that didn't see it in the beginning, that's what we're gonna look like here. You know, that's the look I'm going for. So I was just looking at my blues, like I would have liked this blue to be just a touch different, but that's okay. Okay, so now I have my green. Now I'm gonna do my flowers. And I'm gonna just kind of go with the same. Again, if you are in Sign Maker Society, I'm using the same paint colors that I have for our sign, which is this right here. I'm using the same colors. So for this flower, it's this just French blue by Folk Art. I usually use deco art colors, but I don't know. Like lately, I've been using the Folk Art colors, and I don't like them. I kind of like them. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of might start using a little bit more of them. I like the fact that Folk Art you can get at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Michael's. You can get it at Walmart. Whereas the deco art, like Walmart doesn't carry the deco art, so a lot of people don't have a Hobby Lobby that's close by, so they have to make a really kind of intentional trip to Hobby Lobby, which, you know, I know nobody hates to do, but sometimes when you have a project that you want to do and you can't, or it's a little more challenging to get the supplies, then we don't do it. And so I don't want people to not paint because they can't get to the store, you know, and then you kind of feel like you're behind on your projects, that kind of thing. So I might start using some more folk art colors just because they're easier to get. I have this little stray bristle. So anytime I have like these little, let's see, if I'm trying to get here so you can see. If you haven't been following me for a while, you can't see it. But if I ever have like any of these like bristles that just, you know, the kind, I always clip them off with these scissors. So I just get these little hair cutting scissors and keep them in here and clip those off because they drive me nuts. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth having to like paint carefully so that it doesn't get paint in the wrong spot. So I just clip it right off. So I have the cutouts that will be the centerpieces for this. So I'm just painting straight over. The etched lines are on here, and that's really so you know where to glue, to glue those circles, so you don't have to guess. You don't have to guess at where they go or where the center is. So I'm just painting straight over 2 coats. Now, folk art paint is thicker. It's a little bit thicker. I don't know if I like that or if I don't like that. I think most of the time it's okay. Sometimes it's kind of a pain, but seems okay to me. Hey, Deb, how are you? You're getting your hair done. Well, thanks for stopping in and saying hi to us. I get my hair done on Thursday, and I'm very excited. I'm just scraping this extra paint in here because I don't have a lot, and oh, I need to leave some out for my dot. Yep. Thursday, I get my hair highlighted. I feel like my hair, which you get it highlighted, so my hairdresser is like, no, it doesn't fade because you're getting it highlighted. But I feel like in the last couple of years, like it doesn't stay like as bright, but maybe that's just because my hair is growing and then it dulls out a little bit on the top. I don't know. I'll just say that when it's time to get it done, I'm ready. I'm always ready. Okay, I'm gonna do my white here now. Let's see. Bye, Leanne. Thanks for stopping by. You go to the oh yeah, Gail. You know what? That is a good little hack there. Years ago, my stepsister used to do that, and I was like, that's so brilliant, because then you get it, like, you can go to the school, they can kind of practice, and you get it like way cheaper. I think that is brilliant. My hairdresser has been my hairdresser for 17 years, and so I love her, and I just get the same thing every time. I go every 12 weeks. I just get partial highlights, so it's not like what's happening with my hair. It's not like solid color, because I have blonde hair, but it's like dark blonde, and it's kind of like a strawberry blonde, a little bit. Not super strawberry blonde, but definitely has red highlights. And so I just get partial highlights, so it really just mixes in with my regular hair color, so it's not like super noticeable, I guess. I mean, it's noticeable when I get it done. It will look. You'll see me on Thursday or next video. Those of you in my painting group, you'll see me Thursday night. So it'll be a lot lighter. It just brightens my face up, really, which is nice. It always just makes things brighter. And so I only go every 12 weeks because I can get away with it, because it just kind of blends with my natural hair color. But I don't know, the last several years, I just feel like I need to go more often. I don't know why that is. I don't necessarily think my hair grows fast. I feel like my hair just stays the same length all the time. Does anybody else have, like, it's just always this length? Like, it does not grow very, very fast at all. At all. Not one of those people blessed with fast growing hair. Okay, this is gonna get, I'm gonna have to get an angled brush for these edges. You know, Juanita asked which are Amy, I don't do too much to myself, but I do get my hair done. I do my own nails. I don't, no Botox, unfortunately. That's just because, you know, I think I would probably get a little bit of that if I felt like I could justify the expense, but I cannot. So, you know, the hair is the only thing I get done. And because I do it every 12 weeks, it's not a lot. But yeah, it's, I used to get my eyelashes done. That was really nice. But I hate having to go somewhere and get stuff, like have things on my calendar. So Juanita asked, which is better for coverage, folk art or deco art? I think, Juanita, they're both good. And I think that it just depends on the color. Like some colors with deco art, I feel like are better than folk art and vice versa. I have a couple of ladies in my painting group that have been in my group, gosh, just about since it started. So 3 years. And they have told me that recently they have switched to folk art because they felt like the coverage was better. When I started that group, I used mostly like apple barrel, some folk art, some deco art, just kind of just whatever that I found that I liked. And when I started that group, I didn't want to send everybody on a wild goose chase, like get this color in folk art, get this color in deco art, get this color, you know. So I was like, okay, guys, I'm just going to pick one brand and go with it. And so I picked deco art. And that's what I've been using everything for the last 3 years. And I like deco art a lot. I do. The only problem is that if I want to get deco art, I have to go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, which is about like 20 minutes from me. Not a big deal, but you know, it's like it's not just running 5 minutes away. And when I go to Hobby Lobby, you know, I'm spending more money than just getting my deco art paint. So that's the only thing that's tempting about the folk art. So recently when I was picking out colors for this sign right here, I wanted a specific color of blue and I could not find it in deco art. I couldn't find the shade that like I had in my mind that I wanted in deco art. So I went to Walmart and I found it in folk art, grabbed a couple other colors, brought it home, and I was like, oh, this actually is working good. No, rewind that. Sorry. I started using folk art a little bit more a few months ago. This is what it was. That is a true story with this sign, but with the blue. But a few months ago, Hobby Lobby was having a really big, they're just kind of clearing out some of their, I guess, older stuff. And so they had a lot of clearance paint and that was folk art. They did have some deco art too, but I had a list and I was going to Hobby Lobby to get my paint. And I didn't know about the sale. And they had all this folk art. So for example, they had this right here and it's normally $4.29 and it was $1.07. So I was like, I'm not buying the deco art red. Like I need red. I'm just going to buy this folk art. And they had like yellow. They had like a big thing of yellow. And it was like normally, I don't know, $8. It's down there. I keep looking at it, but I'm not going to grab it. And it was like marked down to like $2 or $1. So it was a lot of the colors that I needed. They were just in folk art. And so I was like, look, I'm not passing up that deal. And so I got them and then started using them. And I was like, the coverage on this is actually really good. Maybe I need to try more folk art. So I really liked the coverage on it. This past month, I had to find the blue that I wanted. And so I found it in Folk Art. And so I don't know, it's just kind of, I was like, maybe I should switch over, although all the colors that I use right now have been Deco Art. I don't know. It's just, you know, always be open to trying something new. So I think it's just, it depends on the color, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Just like everything else, it depends on the color. I think for the most part, they're very comparable. So like if you can find what you need in either color, typically it's fine. I usually give, like for my painting groups, I'll give like a swatch on the supply list. I give a swatch so that they can just take it to the store and match it to whatever brand that they want to purchase. Also, with that being said, like there's a lot of Apple Barrel, which is the Walmart brand. There's a lot of Apple Barrel colors that cover very well too. There's some that don't cover very well at all, but there are a lot of colors that the coverage is really good. So just think for the most part, it depends on the color. But I'm going to use this right now, this Folk Art, this red. Okay, red's crazy. The Deco Art red is okay. It's not amazing in coverage. The best red I have ever used is this right here, and this is Apple Barrel. It's the gloss, the Real Red Gloss. It works and covers very, very, very well. However, it is gloss, so it's going to have a different sheen on it. If you are lettering on gloss paint, it's a little hard because it's slippery. But I love this Apple Barrel Gloss Red. All the other reds from Apple Barrel are terrible. Don't waste your time. But the Gloss Red is really, really good. The Deco Art Red is okay. It's just okay. Like it covers all right. But I think this Folk Art Red here, and I guess it's just regular red. It doesn't really say. Oh, here it says Lipstick Red. Lipstick Red. Why are you being? I might have the autofocus off. Sorry, guys. Lipstick Red. Anyway, very impressive. I used this the other day for something, and I was like, But see the difference in this. This is the difference. The Folk Art paint is really thick, and it doesn't matter. Like it works all the same. But see how that keeps that shape instead of doing like this. Which there's a lot of painters that like that for various reasons. Like they like that thick, like look of the paint, like the texture, I guess. Primarily in the past, I have not cared for that. But because I like everything to be very smooth and flat. But I don't know. Lately, it doesn't bother me as bad. I guess it really is where I was going with that. But you can kind of see, I like this because I feel like the Deco Art primary red. Deco Art has a lot of reds, and I think they're all almost just alike color-wise. But the primary red for Deco Art is a little darker. It's a little more, it's just a little darker of a red. I like this because it's pretty bright. It's pretty bright, and the coverage is pretty good. Actually, the coverage is really good. This is probably the red that I'm going to buy moving forward. I like the Apple Barrel Red, like I told you, but it is a gloss, so you have to be careful, just depending on how you're using it. Like if you want a matte farmhousey look, then it's probably not going to be your best bet. I'm just getting a smaller brush to go in this little corner here. It's not going to be your best bet because it's obviously gloss and not that farmhousey look. It usually is fine with me because I use a spray sealer on all my signs. I don't do any brush sealer. And so I use a gloss spray sealer. So I'm spraying it with gloss spray sealer anyway. So the finish looks the same on all of the signs. So like if I use gloss with the red in certain spots and then use matte somewhere else, like when I'm done and I spray seal it, it all looks the same. But if you're somebody that's not spray sealing it or you like the matte finish, you will have kind of two different finishes, I guess. And just depends on what you're doing as to whether that's a big deal or not. I just like the spray sealer because I don't have to worry. I don't have to wait till my sign is dry to seal it. It dries fast. It's done. The brush, I feel like, you know, you gotta wait till it's dry, then brush that on. Plus, when I'm doing lettering, the marker that I use that I love, it'll smear if I use too much of the brush on sealer on top of it. And I'm not changing my marker, so. But truth be told, I use the spray sealer even before I even discovered that marker. So I used to do mostly all paint parties with my business. And the spray sealer was just easier. It was just easier because most signs were wet when we needed to spray them at paint parties after they were done. And a lot of people at the paint parties, you know, they painted very thickly. They had lots of thick paint on their signs because, you know, so that's just what I've always used. So look how well that red covered, with the exception of that blue right there. Like I honestly don't even have to go over that again, which is pretty impressive because any of you guys who are painters, you can definitely attest to the fact that red is a pain in the rear end. Let's see. Red and yellow seem to be rough colors to get good coverage. Red, yellow, orange. Red, yellow, orange. Terrible. Juanita said she just found folk art lipstick red the other day. Oh, good. Did you like it, Juanita? Patty said, my embroidery threads have a conversion chart for different brands. Oh, I bet there's a chart for paints. Patty, that's so smart. Patty, that is so smart. Miss Juanita found a conversion chart yesterday for deco art to folk art. I'm like, y'all are always teaching me stuff. Y'all are so smart. Okay, I'm going to look for that. How brilliant. That would be so helpful, right? Because I do have people will message me sometimes and be like, I can't find, like, this paint is out. Like the ladies in my group, like, this paint is out. Do you have another one that you like? You're so smart. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Patty, I'm going to look, actually, Juanita can share it, but I'm also going to look and see if I have one for also Apple Barrel. I don't know if they'll have the plaid colors or not, but, and then I will post those in our painting group for you guys, because that is so smart. Thank you for that thought. Now I'm just going to get these little berries here. And I can get, yeah, red. You could also use a paint marker for this, which I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use a paint marker for the stems. Amy, I was going to tell you, you had said that the yellow and the reds were hard, and you are most certainly right. And I added the orange. Orange are hard too. But what was I going to say? I've never tried this, but I've heard it from multiple people on multiple, from multiple different people, that if you paint gray under red, the red will cover better. I thought that was interesting. So I have never tried it again, but that's just, you know, some information for those out there that might want to try that if you're doing something red. I want somebody to invent an acrylic paint that just is one coat, like just a one coat paint, right? So this is just a Painter's brand paint marker in red. I like this one for red because the color is good. Otherwise, I usually use Posca paint markers, but I don't like Posca's reds. With everything, though. This is really good in this brand. This is really good in this brand. But the red for Posca paint markers, there's two, and one is like too dark, and one is too light. So, and this one is just right. So that's what I've been using. Yep. Lauren says, yes, gray under red. Very, very good. Thank you for sending her that, Juanita. Love it. You're so sweet. Let's see. And a lot of times, like for yellow or orange, what I will do is mix a little bit of white in with it, with the yellow. I definitely do this all the time with yellow. Sometimes orange, depending. I have ended up finding some good oranges, but for yellow, I will mix in some white with it and do one coat of like the lighter yellow, and then I will go in, do a second coat of the darker, and that seems to help. But yeah, reds, yellows, oranges aren't the best. But this folk art red, use it. It's awesome. It works really, really good. And how awesome that I got it on clearance. I should have gone to like every Hobby Lobby around and just stocked up. Like I bought as much as my Hobby Lobby had of the colors that they had on clearance that were colors that I used or whatever, but you know, they didn't have, you know, tons. They had tons of yellow, and so I got a lot of yellow. Plenty of yellow for a while. I don't know how many reds I got. I might have got, I don't know. I spent like a few $100s because I got so much. But like in the long run, it is way less because now I don't have to buy it for a while. It's hard to see. Hard to see what I'm doing, but I'm just doing that. It's getting along cute. It's just mostly boring, like super easy. This is super easy to do. It's just, you know, lots of layers as you wait for things to dry, like, you know, certain things like this. You have to do a few different layers, so that ends up kind of making it take a little bit longer. But and maybe you're not as picky as coverage. I'm a picky coverage person, so I've tried to change. I can't. But if you were, I've been doing this a lot lately, is working on blending my colors, and that kind of adds a nice little element and also saves you from having to do some layers. So there's that. Just depends. Like if I'm painting something for just myself or my house, I don't really care too much. But if I'm, painting something for a customer or an order, or as an example, I want it to be like the coverage to be really good. And I also don't like to just say, oh, just put one coat on this, and then people are like, well, how can she only put one coat on hers and it covers, and I have to do lots of coats? Because sometimes the camera hides the fact that it's not covered well, right? Like you just saw how I raised the red. Like down here, it looks like it's, oh yeah, it's covered well. And then if I show you, close up, then you can see that, there's just, it's better now, but like that red, you can see the blue showing through. And so I just don't like, it's just me. I just want to tell you, I don't want you to feel, I don't ever want people to feel like, okay, she can do that, and every time I try that, it does not work. It doesn't work for me. Does that make sense? Yes, Lauren, the warmer oranges do cover better for sure. I do like that warm sunset a lot. I actually use that a lot. I know this, yes, yellow. Like I could have added a yellow to the inside of this. I could have done yellow. Maybe I should have done yellow. Let's just try that real fast, okay? This is what I love about Procreate. While I'm waiting for that to dry real quick, we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna test yellow out in the inside of this because again, I'm a very visual person. So I like to, sometimes I can't picture it in my head. Why is this being so awkward? I like this like mustard color. So let's see what that looks like. Y'all like the yellow? So here would be yellow. I kind of like the yellow. What do y'all think? Or do we like this color? Red, white, and blue or yellow? Y'all vote. Ah, that's a tough I do like the yellow. I do like the yellow. Okay, I need somebody else. A couple more people to vote. Yellow. Okay, let's do the yellow then. Yellow, yellow. Everybody says yellow. Well, thanks, Patty. That's why I like to paint with you guys. I like to get your input. So let me grab my yellow. Hang on. The yellow that I use, oh, you guys, I cleaned my kitchen floors not last night, but the night before. Okay, I don't normally do this, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. I haven't cleaned my kitchen floors in like months and months, okay? I'm sorry. I don't have time. But I have this like steamer, like a Bissell steamer that I'll use on the floor. But whenever I was doing that, I was noticing like our tiles have all these like pores everywhere, and like dirt gets in those little pores. And so I was like, let me just grab this scrub brush. And so I was doing that. And then, one thing led to another. And here I am on my hands and knees scrubbing the kitchen floor. And every time I got up, I was like, oh, like you think in your mind, like nothing has changed. And as you've aged, and then you do something like that and you're like, wow, this hurts really bad. And so that was 2 days ago. I'm still so sore. I'm so sore. It's embarrassing, really, but it's the way it is. Thought I might tell you all that. My favorite yellow is this marigold. I love marigold by Deco Art. Love it. It's like a mustard yellow. and I really like it. Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is not, I can't get up. I can't get up off the floor like I used to. I'm thinking Juanita said, take a picture of wooden cutouts, upload them. Yes. Yes, Juanita, do that. Do that. That's what I do a lot of times. I've done that. Yeah. And play around with the colors because you don't know, like even just changing one little color, just a hue, slight difference makes it makes a big difference. And if you know how to use Procreate, you got Procreate, do it. Patty said, where you painted the red, I thought that was a blue bonnet. I'm watching on my phone as someone little has my iPad. Yeah, it's not, it's just these like, I don't know. I guess I could have painted those blue or red. I could have done the stems green and the tops red, but that's what I settled on. I don't really know what those are. Berries? Berries. Normally, I would put a piece of tape down and put these on the painter's tape, but little Miss Abby has taken my painter's tape out of my office because she loves to hang signs up in her room, and I don't let her do it with regular tape. I make her use painter's tape so it doesn't mess up the walls. And yesterday, I'm usually really strict about it. Usually I'll tear it off for her. But the other day, yesterday, was doing something and I was like, just get it. Just get it. And it never made its way back here. It's probably sitting in her room somewhere. So we're just going to have to paint straight on here. But typically I use painter's tape, or actually I do this a lot. Hang on. Oh, this is going to hurt. So those of you who have vinyl cutting machines, you know, the transfer tape. Sometimes I will get, if I've got a lot of stuff I'm painting, I will use this. And then I save them because they're still sticky enough to do what I need. And now it's just on one sheet. That's actually what I use a lot. And see, now they don't slide around. And then when I'm done, I will have a lot of the like label paper, the backs of the label paper. So it's like sticker paper kind of. I'll put that on top of that so that I can just peel it off like this. You know, it just peels off. So it's like this. You can use like parchment paper, I guess. Because if you put regular paper, obviously it sticks to it. But I will do that and just roll it up and keep it. We're thrifty crafters, you know. Crafters are, I like to not waste stuff. I mean, I waste all kinds of things, but I like to make use of some, you know, some of my stuff. Oh, Robin, that's a good idea. Robin says she's used her cutting machine. I got to show this because that's such a good idea. Robin says she's used her cutting machine sticky mat to put her small wood pieces on to paint. Hobby Lobby has their brand of sticky mats. Get them on sale. That's genius. 2 things I've learned today. 2 things you guys have taught me. Y'all are so smart. That's such a good idea. I have so many sticky mats because I know they say you can clean them. I can't ever figure that out. So I usually just buy a new one, and I usually get them, like you can even get them on Amazon. and like a pack of 3 for really inexpensive. Like it's been years since I bought a new one, but I have multiple over here just sitting. That's such a good idea. Never thought about that. I thought about this because, you know, again, I rarely use my vinyl cutter, rarely. Um, Most of the time I will use it to make shirts or like back when I was doing paint parties, I would, you know, put my logo on the aprons, you know, things like that. But occasionally for my kids, if they have to have like some kind of special shirt for school, and I'll just make it. But so I had all the extra supplies. So I have rolls of like transfer tape from like probably 2016, 2016, when I did vinyl. I used to use vinyl a little bit more because I would do like custom like wood palette signs, but I don't do those anymore. And as I've gotten better, like, you know, 2014, 2015, I used a lot more vinyl stencils, whatever. But then I started really concentrating on hand lettering. So as I got better at hand lettering, I quit using the vinyl as much. I just need to get a sponge brush. Where are you? Oh my goodness. So I have rolls and rolls of supplies. You could use, let me just take this off. Thank you for that tip, Robin. That is really smart. And you already have your hard surface. You don't have to worry about it. Genius. That's what I'm using from now on. So this is skinny enough. You could just use a paint marker if you wanted to instead of paint. So we'll just do that. And if you guys have like, I have these chisel tipped markers. So they're just Posca, but they're just a bigger, so you could just do this. And then you don't have to worry about it dripping down the sides. I can't believe Abby's playing so well in her room. Again, she's probably gonna sense that I said that and be out in a minute, but wow. I'm gonna have to reward her for that today. She's in there playing Barbies. See how much faster and easier. I'll still have to do another coat on this, but no different than paint. Like I would have to do a few coats of paint too. So you can see, like it's as it dries, you'll start to see the wood grain through it, but not bad, not bad. Yeah, the chisel tipped Poscas are nice. I use these big, giant, like this brand is Molotow, which is an acrylic paint pen, but they have all different size. I think Posca has this size too, but see that big giant tip? I will use that a lot of times for black for the cutouts. So it's obviously more expensive than just using paint, but I already have them, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, I need to, this red is just, I shouldn't have got blue on there. Shouldn't have got blue because it's still showing through. Maybe I should put some gray. We'll try one more coat and see what happens. Okay, I think my yellow Yellows are pretty good. It's so dark here. It's going to storm. It says it's going to rain today. We'll see. It rains Sunday night, Monday. We have a lot of big trees out around our house, and like everybody on our street, like big, huge pecan trees. And my neighbor, Sunday night, and it rained, and my neighbor, a tree fell on his truck and like totally smashed the top of his truck in. He got up to go to work the next morning, and so they had wood tree trimmers out and people to get the tree off. So it's just been crazy. Okay, let's go over this one more time. Then I'll add my accents. Then we'll glue our stuff on. The green did very well, Juanita. The green covered very well. I thought the red would cover the blue since they were not too far off color-wise, but it didn't. So now you know. Now you know, be careful. Okay. All right, so that's that. Now, I'm going to set this aside and do some little accents on here. Let's just add a little bit more red to the berries here. Okay, now I'm going to get I think that last layer did it. Let me get an accent brush. I bought 2 new. I love it when I buy 2 new brushes from Hobby Lobby. These are my favorite, these Master's Touch, number 4. And then I bought a number 3 for like my accenting. You have to buy these individually. But if you can get them when they are 40% off, they are a pretty good deal. If you buy them when they're not 40% off, they're like $5.99 or $6.99. But these are what I use for my accenting. And I have so many of them. Number 4 is like my most used one. So I bought a number 3. I've not ever used a number 3 before. Side note, just in case anybody wants to know. And I'm just gonna slightly brush a little bit on here. I just make sure that I don't use a lot on my brush. Don't put a lot of paint and don't put a lot of pressure. Now, if you are buying the template, then you'll do your own lettering at the bottom. And this would be really cute even if you wanted to leave lettering off. If you didn't want to do the lettering, I think it would be cute. No, it's hard for me to do a sign without lettering because it's like my specialty. But white lettering is what I would do. But you could even put like USA on here. You could do all kinds of things. I chose home because, again, I was trying to make it a little bit more versatile. Something that you could change the colors and use it if you didn't want to do the patriotic look. And if you any of you are watching, if you're, you know, in my painting group, don't forget, if you buy the template, you get 50% off with your member coupon code. And then if you buy the wood cutout, you get 20% off. So don't forget about that. Okay, let's do this. Just do this little here. Just going to emphasize the fact that it's round a little bit. And then got some red on there. And we'll do that to these little circles. A little too heavy on that, so I'm gonna add some yellow back into here just to. It actually looks good. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing, but I'm just getting crazy with it and just like almost repainting the whole thing, which is not what I was intending on doing. I was wanting to just kind of get onto the inside of these, just kind of blend it and give it some dimension. And I feel like I just messed it all up. So we're gonna do this, get some white. You know, it's just paint, so if you mess it up, you can just paint over it. There are some times that I have painting things and I paint it until it looks, I do stuff to it until it looks good. Or it looks the way that I want it to look. Okay. Yes, I always add white highlights, and used to I would add also black. I'm not gonna do that in this one, but I usually do black and white on all of my signs. It just is like pops. This brand of paintbrush is Master's Touch. So if you go to Hobby Lobby, they have all the individual paintbrushes like up. It's the brown ones. So this is Master's Touch. It's hard to see in the round. I like them just for the accenting. I don't use a lot of them for other stuff. I mean, I have definitely, like these are old Master's Touch, and this is old. Like these are like probably from 2016. I take good care of my paintbrushes so they last, but I do have several different like Masters. Like here's another one, Master's Touch. This is flat. This is again from like 2016. It's so old and worn out, but she's still kicking. Juanita said you were just about to ask about the berries and the red, but then just saw you use paint pen. Yes. Yes, paint pens are good. How big is this? So this one is a 16-inch. So on the website I have 12, 16, and 20-inch. Just kind of try to do small, medium, large. I'm going to take this off of here so I don't melt the plastic stuff. And I'll hold this up in a minute. Let's see. You can kind of get a better view of what it is, size-wise. So, you know, there's my hand. Here's a bottle of paint. Here's a bottle of paint. It's hard to, like, sometimes looking at pictures to get a good, like, they always seem so much bigger in person than they show up on video. I have found anyway. Let's see. I'm glad you enjoy the lives, Juanita. Yeah, like y'all are coming in hot with the good tips today, for sure. I love it when you guys teach me stuff. Hi, Abby. Why are you coming in here? Just grab it. Oh, you want to show them your watch? Yeah, you can put your arm there. Abby's so excited about her watch. Show them her watch here that she got from her Nana at a garage sale. She's so excited about it, aren't you? So she had to just come in here and, show her arm. Okay, so now I have my little, like their little poker pieces here. I use this Loctite Professional Liquid Super Glue. And so I'm gonna just put the glue on here. I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3. You don't really need this much. I put probably too much. Probably one just right in the middle would work just fine. And just set those in the middle. And it sets really fast, so it's already glued. I used the gel for a while, but then you had to like set something on top of it and hold it in place because sometimes it would like slide. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I need to be done with it when I'm done with it. If I was just doing it as a hobby for craft, maybe that's fine, but I need to make sure it's not going anywhere. I don't want to set a book on it and wait overnight. I don't want to do all that. So here is that's our word home here. That's so cute. So this is what I do when I have like skinny words like this. Instead of trying to like spread the glue all on the bottom, again, these are like the backs of like my shipping labels that I use for my membership signs. So it's like that slick kind of waxy paper. So you could probably get wax paper and do the same thing with wax paper. But this is what I do. Now, when you do this, it kind of puts some of these particles out in the air. So just beware. But I just kind of do that. Just put some glue like that. And then I get this. And just put it on here and just kind of do that. And then I kind of, so that there's glue on the back, you can kind of see it, but it's spread very evenly. Oh. It's very strong, puts very strong. It's probably definitely not safe, so maybe you shouldn't do that, but it's really hard to get it on these skinny little pieces. So I'm just gonna try to position it here. So cute. If any of you get this cutout and you paint it different colors, send me a picture. I would love to see it because I would love to see these and other color options. No luck with the spray adhesive. I've got some spray adhesive down here, but it's like the, I don't even know what brand it is. It's not from Dollar Tree, but it's old. Like I've had it forever. I should probably try it sometime. I know that spray adhesive works well because Amy uses it from Amy and Art Designs. I need to try it sometimes. See, this one, this part didn't get. So if you have a piece like this that didn't glue, that's weird. I didn't check that very well. I mean, this is just for me, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to do this. Now, it does get a little bit of glue on your sign, but I spray it again with like a gloss. See how it leaves a little bit of mark? But once I spray it with my gloss spray, it's better. And so if I wasn't talking and painting and all of the things, this would be super fast and easy. Super easy, super fast. You don't have to know a lot of techniques. You don't have to know a lot of fancy things. How do we like that? The colors are a little bit, I don't know, I feel like they're just different. I guess they're not. Just the blue is a little different. The blue is different. That's really it. Oh, I need to put red around the edges. I need to do some red accents around these edges. So I'm just taking a little bit of this red. I'm doing the same thing. Again, just a little bit of red. Yeah, it's crazy that like even after painting for years, like I still am learning things all the time. Like, and everybody does things differently. So I feel like, you know, just crafters were so like smart, like and resourceful that you could really learn so much from other crafters. Like I learn stuff all the time from other painters that I watch. So everybody has like just a little different way of doing things. Okay, and what did I need to put some blue accents on here. Okay, let's see. I got a little out of the lines in a couple spots, but okay. Let's put a little bit of blue. A little bit of blue there. That looks a little bit better. And I'm going to go back and that's better. Look at what a difference that made. Just going back and adding those white accents on these yellow middle pieces, like that really kind of toned them down just a little bit. Hey, Dawn. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching, Dawn. Okay, so this is a new design, Dawn. And it is in the shop. The link is in the description. I'm also wondering if I should. No, I'm not going to. I was thinking maybe should I add some yellow here, which I think it would look okay, but I think I'm just not going to push it. This paintbrush that I'm using, the one that I use the most is number 4, Juanita, number 4. This is super cute. I kind of wish this, I want to say I wish the blue was a little bit lighter, but I think that if you guys saw it in real life, it's like, it's not as dark as it looks, you know, in the camera. I would love to see this in different, I should have had my husband do 2 and just paint like two different colors. And you could really just fancy up these flowers if you wanted to by adding like, you know, more accents or doing some blending. Like you could make it a lot, whatever you want to call it. You could bring it up a notch, okay? But I wanted to keep this simple and easy because, you know, like sometimes we just need simple and easy, right? Another idea that you could use, those of you that are in my painting group, you know, we're painting this on Thursday right here, this lovely little lady. And you could, and see how well these just match so well together. You could do buffalo check on this star if you wanted to, instead of just this background. So there's a lot of little things that you could change and kind of tweak if you want to make something more difficult or more easy. I like this. It's a little bit easy, quick to do. I think I might, if I get time, I have to have my husband cut one out, but might have him cut one out and just do like something different with it. What colors do you guys think would be good on the flowers, or colors on this? If I were to change them, not make this patriotic. I know, Juanita, we're learning buffalo check. We're doing that Thursday in my group. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to try this too. I bought some of this. Maria with the Crafty Palette was using this, and those of you who follow me on a regular basis know that I love using this Folk Art Extreme Glitter hologram. But she was using this, and this is $7.99. This is, $5. This is 8 ounces. This is 8 ounces. So this is more expensive, but I wanted to try it, and this is almost out. So I thought, so I think I'm going to add some of this. Why not? Why not just add a, really, I wanted this to be more rustic and Americana feel, so glitter doesn't really go with it, but we're going to do glitter anyway, just because I want to use this and show you guys what it's like. I've never used it before. I think essentially it's the same thing. I got this at Hobby Lobby over by the paintbrush section. There's some like, on the opposite wall of the paintbrushes, there's all these like, what's that called? Bottle tube. That's the word, tube paint. That's where this was. It's where I got my blending fluid. Okay, by the gesso, all that kind of stuff. So you can kind of see it's kind of like the folk art one, but I'm just gonna. It's more like glue consistency, but it shows up a lot better, which is why I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what the difference was. It was a little more, but wow, that shows up a lot better than my extreme glitter. I still like my extreme glitter, but it seems to be a little bit more thick and a little bit more like iridescent-y looking. That's pretty. That's really cute. I just want to put on everything. But I'm thinking about doing the leaves and then making, it probably would look really cute on this. That's why I love these Tuesdays videos, because I feel like I can experiment and have fun and do things that maybe I wouldn't normally think to do. And in doing that, I have really found a lot of cool things. I'm in deep concentration. I was thinking of showing you guys this. I was talking about the stray bristles, this one right here. This piece right here that's just like completely sideways. So this is what I was talking about. I just clip it off because I can't stand that. It will drive me nuts. Anyway, I've been able to experiment and really kind of play around with some cool things. Yeah, this shows up a lot better than the Extreme Glitter by Folk Art. It just feels to be a little bit thicker, which I kind of like. I like the Extreme Glitter or this like translucent kind of holographic, because you can put it on any color and it just almost takes on that color. Whereas like glitter with like red glitter, you know, you're just gonna put that on red stuff, right? Like, so this you can kind of just keep it around and use it on everything. You can also make your own, but not everybody wants to do that. This would be really pretty in the winter time, like snow. Are y'all glitter people? Do y'all like glitter? I used to never use glitter ever. And now I feel like I use it like on every sign. And I'm not like a real glittery person, but just a faint hint of glitter is cute on door hangers, I think. It just adds a little fun element. I can't believe we got such an uninterrupted painting time today. It's amazing. It doesn't always happen. This is taking a while. Just try not to get it on the sign. I don't know how long this takes to dry, so that's another sort of test I'll have to do. But cute. Y'all could see. Let's see. Oh, you can. So it's just kind of like, let me see if I can get this autofocus turned back on. For those that want to hang out and see, so just so you can see it a little bit better. I had to turn it off the other day when I was doing something with lettering because it just kept bothering me. So it was like, you know, trying to focus constantly. So you can kind of see if it's like iridescent-y. I'm so proud of you. You've been such a good girl. Such a good girl. Okay, and then I'm going to take this same, just run it over these accents. I usually keep like a brush or two in every size and just use those for glitter. That way I don't have to worry about it if it came out, you know. Sometimes it's hard to wash out. Not hard to wash out, but you know what I mean. Like there's just some remnants of the glitter. Ooh, I should put the glitter on the berries for sure. Cute, cute, cute.
Well, is this a teaching video?
It is, but not, no, not like how I, in my groups. When I'm doing a teaching video, I'm like, don't interrupt, because, you know, they're paying to learn information. You won't, but these are just fun videos. They are teaching, but not really. Like, they're kind of for funsies. Look at that glitter, isn't that pretty?
What glitter?
Do you see it?
Yeah.
See it?
Can I put it over the stuff?
You can't.
Why? I'll be careful.
No, not on this.
Why?
Why? Because I'm almost done with it. It's almost painted, but you could use some of this on something else.
With the sparkles?
Yeah, on something else you paint. Okay, so cute. I know you guys don't get the full effect on there. Just don't bump too much. But you can kind of see where the glitter is, just around those edges, just kind of ties it all in. You know, because I just can't stop. I'm just going to keep doing this. I feel like I want to do this. Okay. Quit trying to get your face in there. No, I'm just trying to make sure you don't scoot in front of what I'm doing. I like to show this process, like just adding a little bit more, and so you can kind of see it in stages. And so it just helps. You to see what just adding little tiny things can do. Forget it. I'm just do that whole leaf. Okay, that's adding more. I'm not adding anymore. I'm not done. But I just did add some outlines to the flowers and the leaves. Okay. And whatnot. And I think, again, I think this is super cute. This would be great to go on a shelf or something like that. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to display it. I think I'm going to put mine on my mantle. Let's see here. Let me clean this up, and I want to do this. So, like, you know, because it's a star, it's just going to sit very, very easily. Like, it can just lean against something. So, like on your mantle, you can lean up against something. You could probably do some sort of some sort of a stand or something with it if you wanted to, but let's see. Let me remove that. There we go. Some sort of a stand or something with it. Let's forget, like, I have to move in the opposite direction. But you could also put something behind it, like so. Here's a paint bottle. It would have to be something heavier, but you could pop it like that behind it. Or what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking that you could. Why is this picture so tiny? No, that's not what I want. Sorry. I'm trying to, like, not have it have that border, but whatever. I'm thinking that you could get a picture frame. Yeah. A picture frame with, you know, the back stand. I bet you could glue the, like, just a cheap picture frame. I bet you could glue the picture frame here to where it has that little kickstand. So you could just keep it like that and set it on a table. I'm going to try it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, here is our little star, floral star. We are not doing a live tonight, Amy. I am in Amy's tier tray group. And so we have our craft project tonight for the tier tray group. So that's what I was talking about. Or that's what Juanita is talking about. So yeah, it's cute, just a little bit of shimmer. It's not a lot, but it's a little. So template link is in the description for the template. The link is in the description if you want to purchase the cutout, and the cutout comes with the letters, the etched lines, these little dots here. I think that I'm not going to add holes to this one. I think we're not going to add holes. If you want holes, leave me a note in the comment section when you place your order, because if you want it as a door hanger, like obviously it needs holes, which I really kind of like this for a door hanger. But this one I'm going to put on a shelf. So here we go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and crafting. I missed you guys last week when I was on vacation. Okay, so next week we are going to do a beach bag sign. I already have it cut, sitting over there. It's a design that I created, I think last year, might have been the year before, but I've never painted it online. And I've never offered the wood cutout before. So that's what we're going to do next week. If you guys have any special requests, just let me know. And yeah, Amy, some of those pieces from Picture Frame. Yeah, I'll let you know if it works. Okay. You guys have a good Tuesday. I'm going to go work on some orders, and I will see you. I think I'm going to try to do some crafting another night this week, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Y'all have a good day. Thank you, Amy.